Okay, started the recording. So today we will continue with the commands. Okay, yesterday I have given a lab exercise. Please do it every day. This lab exercise answers I will give. Okay, if you continue doing it every day, it will be very easy and very interesting also. So today, now we will continue further on the creation itself. Okay, some more commands. So while creating the table itself, you can give certain restrictions. You can also say that whether the table can be table attributes, that is the column names can be null or not null, or whether it will take a unique values. Okay, that it unique means it is not a repetitive, or whether it can it will be any column will be a primary key or a secondary key, or all those stuffs we can give it during the creation of the table itself. Okay, before that, I will open my this one VT lab. I'm not sure whether it will connect. Just a moment. Yes, it is getting connected. Okay, these are yesterday's exercise. So I will exit from the prompt. So in order to go anytime into our prompt, we will give a sudo permission with MySQL server, and the username as a user. And I have given password, so it is also password ASCII. Password for the machine is I have given, and password for MySQL server. Now I am going to give it. Okay. So it is saying access denied. Say user is root. Wrong I have given. So it is saying password. Okay, now it has gone. So in order to see the databases, what command we will give? We will give show databases. Okay. So we have created yesterday some only one database. It's student, and inside that database we have created multiple tables. So in order to use this database and create multiple tables, we will use the command use student. Okay, so database name is changed, and you can see what are the tables in that. Show tables semicolon command will give what are the tables which we have created in yesterday. Okay, so what all operation we did, we created a tables normally, and we have given the column names and the type of the column names. We also try to give the column names with the different data types, and the range also we try to see, and we also try to create a date column, and we gave date as a data type. Date is also there as a data type. Okay, date time. Okay, today what we will do in the creation itself, we will work work with some more things. Before that, okay, in the creation itself, there is a something like SQL constraints. Okay, constraints means how while you are creating the table, as I told, like whether it is a null or not null, or what type it should be. Okay, not the data type, but what values the column should hold. Okay, the column values should hold. Likewise we can specify, so that we will go see today. Okay, how to find the current working table. Current working table, see, uh, current working database only you can find, Maria. Current database you will use, say, likewise. Okay, select a star a database. You will see this is the database you are working in. See, table, when you are going to create any table, or if you are going to use any table, or you are going to work on any table, what you will do, see, there are two commands, so that we will see it a little later, no, because we are in the create part only. Okay, creation of the table only we are in. If say for example, if I'm trying to, there is a table, right? Select star from uh, table as person, if I choose it. Okay, I'm not choosing it, it's actually listing only. Okay, these are the content in the tables. Say if I wanted to change any of the column values, okay, a row value or a if I want to add a new column into that, then that is possible using some update commands and all. So every time if you are going to use a table, you will mention which table you are working, you wanted to change it. Okay, update. I forgot the command. Alter table is also there. With that, you can add a column. Uh, Alter table name I have to mention. Say like person. Then I will set or add. Okay, add a new column. Add a column name like age. Okay, of type I have to specify age int. Okay, it is added. So if you see that table, I'll explain again, don't worry. Age is added. What I am trying to do show you is, Maria asked, how do you know which table you are using? You will not be able to use any table and all. It is like every time if you wanted to update, or if you are going to change any table, or if you wanted to retrieve the values of the table, you will use the name of the table directly. Okay, like table name. Okay, select star from table name, or here I try to alter it. Okay, alter it by adding a new column that I have done, saying alter table name. Okay, there is no option like use table name. Okay, that is not there. Only see that the idea you should understand, it is like uh, D drive or C drive in your computer. There you create multiple folders, right? It is like that. So that D drive or a C drive will be your database. Okay, inside the database you can create multiple tables you can imagine like folders. Okay, and inside that table you can give store many information about the fields which we are giving. Here we defined the table fields because it is consisting of row and column, right? Is that clear? I have asked in the lab question, no? What what did I ask? Table, I guess. Maybe that question is wrong. Then database it is, not table. I will see that question. Which question number is that? Second itself. 2, 3. Okay, I will see. Okay, I will see. And ma'am, bro, we can add how? See, whatever we are adding, it is row only, right? One is a row, two is a row, three is a row. This is column. Row column is any confusion? How you will add row? Yesterday we had no insert into table means it will add one extra row. Any limits to add rows? No, there are no limits. Venkana Babu, clear? Yesterday we added, no, what we added? We added all rows only. Rows can also be called as a record or can also be called as a tuple. Okay. Okay. So we have not gone into update alter and all. We are still in creation. The creation of the table. This table itself, the definition we give, right? Describe table name is person I am giving. Okay, this definition itself, here it is all having some default values, right? Null, key, default and all these things we will change it and see. Okay, these are called the constraints means we are putting some specific rules on the field. Okay, we say that data type for the PID is a small int. We say that here by defaultly in MySQL itself, if you don't specify any constraints, if you don't say it is a null value or it is a non-null value, then it will take these things. Okay, let me not explain this now, maybe confusing. We will see the PPT, we will work on that, then you try to relate it, then it will be easy. Okay, so I will share the PPT. So constraints is nothing but the specific rules. Okay, as I told, you are telling that a particular table column will hold the value in such a way. Will contain only unique values. Will contain null values. Will contain non-null values. Or likewise. Okay, SQL constraints are used to specify rules for the data in the table. Ultimately, if I say a column is having a constraint, so if you consider this one, okay, this is a column I am giving. If I say that id is going to be not null, It means the values should not be null, right? The column is not null means whatever the values, whatever the rows you are going to add into the table will not be null, right? That's what that id will not be, the id field will not be null in that. That's what it means. Okay, specific rules which apply to the data. Why I explain this one is data is nothing but the rows and each value you are adding for the particular column. That's what the data is. Screen is short, not shared, huh? I thought it shared. Okay, fine, right now it's shared. SQL constraints are used to specify rules for the data in a table. Okay, constraints are used to limit the type of the data that can go into the table, type of the data. Okay, and if there is any violation between the constraint and the data action, the action will be aborted. What they are saying is, we say that ID should not be null. Okay, but you give a null value to that. Okay, or if you say the ID will be unique, unique means one I am giving, next number is two. Okay, if id is going to take integer values and I say id value will be unique, okay, then it is taking like 1 2 3 4. Okay, I should give the unique value. If I try to write a duplicate in this, like again 4, then it will, that action will not perform and it will be aborted. Okay, that's what it is saying. Violation constraint, there is a violation between the constraint and the data which you enter, then it will be that action will not perform, it will throw error. Okay, very simple. And these are the sql constraints or rule, you can say. Okay, non null, you can give any field or any column as a non null. Okay, it means the values in which you are entering for that column must have some value, it cannot be null. Okay, ensures that a column cannot have a null value. Yesterday if you remember, we tried not to give some values for the student information, then by default whatever is given by the mysql which is a null value, it took it. But when you make that column as non null, then it will take only the values. Okay, let here if you can see this is one example for creation of tables with multiple fields. Okay, multiple columns, person table is created and the id. Okay, this is how you can create it. Okay, this is like a prototype, you can take it. Create table, person name, table name, and the id, this is a column name. Type of the id, it is integer, I'm giving it, and I'm saying it is a not null. This is the constraint we are posing on the id column. Okay, that's what I here it is there. And you can give a not null, unique, all those things. Likewise, for each of the column name you can give, like age as a unique you can give. Okay, age cannot be unique, but you can give unique likewise. Furthermore, in the unique means unique constraint, what it says is ensures that all values in the column are different. This is understandable, self-explanatory. And primary key, it is if is make any field, say for example if I make age as the primary key. Okay, pk we can give primary key, then age will have, yesterday I told no, it will be of combination not null, and it will have a unique value. Okay, you must enter age value and it will have a unique value. Uniquely identifies each row in the table. Yesterday we saw that the primary key you can use as an index, you should not say it, but you can use as a key to uniquely identify any rows in the table. That's why you use for the primary key. And foreign key uniquely identifies a row or record in the another table. Okay, it is mainly used for the relation between the two tables. Okay, and the check ensures that all values in a column satisfy a specific condition. See, in the check, no, you can give some conditions like age should be greater than 30 something. We have example, we will do that, don't worry. Age is greater than 30, then it will always check. If you are trying to enter, if you are trying to insert the values for the age less than 30, then it will throw error. Okay, so if you wanted to keep any conditions while entering your data, while inserting the values by anybody, then you can give the check condition also. And default sets a value for a column when no value is specified. See, I told, like yesterday in the table, if we don't give any value, null is the default which is taken by the SQL engine itself. Otherwise we can also specify using the default constraint. Okay, maybe because of rather than null you can say like um, value, anything, any name you can give it. Okay, rather than sample or a demo, any name you can give it, instead of a default value null. That is also possible, that is also we
Ma'am,
can change it. Yeah.
like in default, can we give any numbers or only characters like
No,
strings
no, we
only
can
can?
give number also, you can give number also can give and
Okay,
see. Yeah. Okay. Then index is used to create retrieve data from the database so very quickly. See, this indexing is the concept. Okay, and how do we achieve it? You can make a column, whatever the column which we are giving, that you as an index. You can imagine, in our book, say if it is id, age, and name. Okay, so while creating the table, create table, table name. Okay, open and in I mean inside the table name, say you are giving id. Okay, some integer, and name as a varchar, some specific character value, some 20 or something, and you say index. There is way to index. Okay, it means it will have a kind of a pointer to this one. Okay, I will explain this concept, but now later on we will work on this. Okay, it's a little advanced concept, so we will work on this later on, not now. Okay, so what does it mean is, when you uh, pass a query like selecting is the query, right? When you want to retrieve any data, if you pass a select query and you try to select based on the name. Okay, select star from table. Table is some person table, where if you try to select this where class and all, we will see later, don't get confused, I'm giving an example only. Okay, where name I'm giving some value. Okay, so the retrieval of a data will be very faster when you provide index. I will also show you how it is faster, okay, in the last classes. But now you understand, like in a book, if you are trying to read MySQL book, okay, and you wanted to see about where the create concept is written. Okay, you go to the end of the page, there you will see, you look for the C alphabet and the create word, right? And it will have the page number everywhere, like 50, 100, wherever the create is explained, that page number it will be there, so that you don't have to traverse the whole book. You will directly go to that 50th page or 100th page and read the content for create. Likewise, if it is a smaller table, it will not make any sense at all. But if it is a very huge table, then when you search it any values based on the index, the search query will result very fast. The time taken to give the result by a search query will be faster. Okay, that's why we use the indexing concept in MySQL. This concept is present in all most of the RDBMS. Okay, when in larger, that we will see it later on with examples or not. Okay, furthermore, okay, about the
ma'am.
not. Yeah.
Index, is it a column will be uh, in the table call like index will be a column.
Yeah, a column will be indexed. Okay,
Oh,
see, the uh, as I told, create is a keyword if you think in a book. Okay, this is indexed, right? Create is present in your last page of the book with page numbers 50, 100. If you're going to search for update, that will be in 51 or 55 page numbers. So this is like an index. You can think a word is an index, like you can think in your book. In case of DBMS database, your column name in your table, your column name is the column name will be indexed. It means uh, based on that, if you do a search, it will be first. See, it will not go through each and every uh, row. It will directly go to the particular column and it will do a search. That's what we will explain it a little later. Just to have a gist, it will be explained more further on. Okay, don't get confused. It is like for searching processing. That's what it is given to create and retrieve data from a database very quickly. That's you understand. That's it. Complete detail I will tell when we are seeing indexing. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, about the not null, by default, a column can hold null values. Okay, so why they are saying it, if you can see it in our this one, two, three. See, I described the person table, DESC person table. For the person table, the fields, by default, it will allow null value. It's saying null as yes for each of the fields. Each of the column, default null value is allowed. That's what the PPT also says. By default, null values, each column can have a null values. The not a null constraint enforces a column uh, to not accept the null values. This you understand, no? If I say a column is not null, the values which are entered for a column should not be null. That's what it is. Very and it is simple. Okay, so here the example for a person table they created id, last name, first name, age, all id, last name and first name they are giving it as a not null. Okay, so it means you have to pass some value. If you don't pass any value to that, it will throw error. Okay, we can see that. Okay, furthermore, the unique constraint ensures that all values in the column are different. Okay, see how they are giving an unique constraint. They have created the table person with the ID, last name, first name, and age. If you want to specify any of the field as unique, then you will specify it like this. Okay, unique. And one more thing in MySQL, this commands, no, whichever we are using, that create table, unique, whatever the MySQL keywords or the commands or non I mean not or case insensitive. Okay, they are not a case sensitive, they are case insensitive. It means you can give capital create also. You can write your code writing capital create, or you can write it as a small create also, no problem. Okay, but whatever the user is giving, like I am giving the table name, right? Table name, id, last name, all those things are case sensitive, it matters. Okay, last writing last name and writing it as a last name matters. Okay, the small l and capital L matters. Whatever user is giving the names and all, it matters. Whichever is the keyword of MySQL, you can give it in any form, it is case insensitive. Okay, just to remember it. So that unique you can give it likewise also, or you can give it in small letters too. Okay, but ID will be in capital letter only because we have defined the ID. Okay guys, the unique constraint ensures that all values in a column are different. Okay, this I have explained. Then furthermore, I'll show example in each of that. Okay, then about a primary key, if you wanted to make any of the column as a primary key, okay, then you can give like this: primary key and name of the column. Inside the brackets you can specify the name of the column. This may not be need not be always id. This may be last name, first name, anything you can give it as a primary key. But the what you say, the primary key uniquely identifies the particular column, you say, right? So we will give it a primary key which is more sensible. See, last names, two-person can have a same last name, right? If they are brothers or if they are siblings, they will have a same last name. So the constraint for a primary key is what? Not null, and it should be unique, right? If we give last name as a primary key, then the constraint of uniqueness will not be achieved. That's why you just have to have a little understanding, like which key you will choose as a primary key when you're creating a table. Normally we will generate a primary key only, like id not null. Okay, this you can give a unique values, not non-repetitive values, or you can start from 1 2 likewise and go on. Okay, primary keys must contain unique values and cannot accept null values. I told that it is a combination of not null and unique constraints. Okay, and how do we say any column as a primary key? Like by giving primary key inside the braces this name. Okay, and furthermore, when you are saying that key as a foreign key is nothing but a key from one table. A primary key of one table will be the foreign key of another table, right? Just a moment. Okay, so one table foreign primary key is going to be the foreign key. If you're going to try to connect two tables like a person table and order table, and how do we connect it? Through the keys. Okay, so the uh, column of one table, using the column of one table and the another table you can connect it. And if you are identifying column as a primary key, that will act as a foreign key for the another table. This way you can connect it. Okay, a foreign key is a key used to link the two tables together. Okay, it means this field id, uh, yesterday class we have seen, right? The field id will be present in both the table. Okay, here also you will have a id. Here there is something wrong, I think. Person id. Okay, this here they are giving the name for the id as person id. This is id field. These two are linked. Okay, this is the primary key here, pk in person table, and this is the foreign key here. Okay, so how we say in the person table we say primary key as id. In the in the order table is also having a primary key that we will ignore it for now. For person is the prime foreign key we are saying, no? So this key, how we have to write it? Foreign key of whatever the field name which we are giving, that is the person id. Okay, references a persons is the table name. Okay, the another table name, which is nothing but this one, person's table name. And which is the key we are saying it as a foreign, which is nothing but id. Okay, so maybe I will explain it like this. This is ID. If you consider last name, first name, age, this is the person table. And if I take another table with order ID, I'm not writing completely, and order number. Okay, then another is the person ID I'm giving. Okay, person ID. So if it is having 1, 2, okay, this will also have 1, 2. So this is the primary key. Okay, these two, how they are linked? They are linked by this way. Okay, and this is the foreign key, which is actually the primary key of the person table. That's what they are saying it here. Foreign key is person ID, references which table, which is the person table of uh, which a key, which is nothing but id key. Okay, is this clear, guys? Foreign key, person sorry, primary key, foreign key. So foreign key is a field in one table that refers to the primary key in the another table. Both will have the same value. Okay, so how it will work, during you are selecting some values, right? You can easily get values from two tables. Okay, this queries and all we will write it later on. Okay, select values from person table. Okay, persons table and orders table, and you will give the condition where uh, person dot id equal to order dot person id. I will show it later on. Now it's okay. Okay, we are seeing only create. So if you do it, what it will do, person dot id value and order dot id value, both table value it will fetch and give. Okay, in a single table, the resulting table will contain this one, like id, person id, l name, uh, f name, age, order. Okay, and order number. Okay, now no need to worry about it. Anyway, we will see this a little, I mean, maybe in the next class, but just to for your understanding I am saying this. Okay, is this fine? Shall I move on to next one? Primary key, foreign key, conceptually it's fine, right? Okay, I will move on. Okay, that's all in this, I think. Okay, so okay, we will write some constraints exercise and we will see it. Okay, I think it is fine. There were some more constraints that, okay, that I have to dig in. Now I will show all this, and then if time permits, we will see the rest also. Okay. Okay, just a moment. I will take that constraints too because it will be easy. Okay, I'm sorry. I muted it. Okay, referential options we will see little later. Okay, cascade, set, null, restrict, and all. Before that, I wanted to. We have seen check constraint. No, this we will see. This is what I explained. Check constraint is like to check any conditions while you are entering a values for any of the columns. You will check, it will check the constraint. Okay, while creating table it will check the while inserting value. Okay, while creating table you will check, you will tell that this column will have a constraint, but while you are inserting values it will check the constraint. Like if age I give more than 20, it will throw error. Likewise also you can have conditions in your SQL query. Okay, and default is like say for a particular field you wanted to set the default as a Sanders. Actually what they are doing here is, here they have a creating a table person and with the 5 fields, okay, with the city also. And for the city we are saying default value, I wanted to give us a Sandness. Okay, it means while you are creating the table, if you don't give any sorry, if you are inserting values into the table, if you don't give any value for this city, then it will take the default value as a Sandness and it will fill it. Okay, that's how you can allow any table to have a default value other than null. Fine. And the create index also is there. Auto increment as 1 minute. Directly reset auto increment. Okay. Okay, so index creation is also possible. In detail, we will see it later. But you can say a particular column. You can say like it is indexed. And while you are trying to do a retrieval, retrieval means select star is the retrieval. Okay, selection is the retrieval. Selection of a particular column, row, value, everything is possible. That we will see it later. Okay, so retrieval of data. If it is single data, it is very easy. If you are going to retrieve like thousands of records, thousands of records means thousands of rows, then that time indexing will be very useful. Okay, so to create an index also, there is a way to do that. It is like a create index a name we will give for which table you will specify. There is a person table we have already created. If you want to create an index on the person table for the column last name, then you will write this query. Okay, the query is create index you can give the index name. This is you will give on person, and the last name you will provide. Okay, indexes are used for retrieval and more quickly. Okay, for more quickly retrieving the data. The users cannot see the indexes. They can just used to see the speed of searches and queries. We'll see that further later on, but we will first understand only the command. Okay, then auto increment. This is also a constraint. Okay, auto increment means, say for example, ID field I am giving. Okay, I don't have wanted to normally what we are how we are doing. We are keep on entering the values for inserting the values. Right, inserting the values for the persons, and for IDs we are starting from 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we don't want to have the user don't have to have a pain of if you know that it is going to be an incremental value always, then why do we have to pay now for inserting every time? Okay, that time you can give auto increment for the particular column ID. Okay, how you can give it? You can see it here. Create table persons. The person ID, for the person ID, integer is the data type. It is, we are saying that it is going to be not null, and it is auto increment. Okay, so from, even if you don't enter the value for seventh record, for the seventh row you don't enter any value, what it will do, it will auto increment it. It will take the next value and insert it. We will see that example also. Okay, so by default the starting value of auto increment is a 1. Okay, it will start from 1 only, and it will increment by 1 for each new record, each new row added. Okay, to let the auto increment sequence start with another value, use the following SQL statement. Say for example, if you want to set the auto increment to start from 100, okay, like 100 for the particular column, then you have to use this command: alter table persons, person table, this is the table name. Okay, auto increment equal to 100. Okay, this itself will understand which is the field, because we have given the column person ID as auto increment, that it will start from 100. Okay guys, this also we will see. Don't need to get confused now maybe. Directly reset auto increment. So this will be like resetting the auto increment. This alter table command. See, alter table command we will see later. Alter table command, update command is all like we are manipulating the table values. Okay, alter table command, using that you can add columns. Okay, modify a column, modify a data, modify a column name. Okay, modify a data type of the column name, data type, all these things you can do it. And update is like a particular value inside the column you wanted to update it, that you can use update or change or do anything, that you can use it using the update command. Why I'm saying this is, see, table name we wanted to alter, right? If you wanted to change the structure of the table, this table person table is having a structure of person ID, last name, first name, age, primary key values and all. If you wanted to say that person ID auto increment, you wanted to change anything about the table structure, if you wanted to change, then you can go for the alter command. Okay, that's why it is there. And there is one other command for the truncate table. Okay, till after creation of the table, say for example, you wanted to delete the table. Okay, how do we delete a table? There is a drop command, not delete command. Okay, there is a drop command, drop table name, it will drop the table. Okay, and if you wanted to only delete the table but you wanted to retain the structure, actually what this will do, this will completely delete the table. It will not have the description of the table also. That is, even if you do dsc table name, it will not have any value at all. Whereas a truncate, what it will do, this the structure of the table it will retain. Okay, anyway, I will show example, then it will be fine. So now we are going to see the demo for the constraints. Okay, whatever we have seen, constraints, composite key, when all we will see later. Okay, I will start with one by one. Discard this. Okay, so we will create a table for today. We are, and one more thing, when you are logging into your MySQL, so I will exit from here. Every time we log in likewise, right? And then we are giving use the database. Rather, if you know that you are going to use one particular database all the time, then you can give that database name here itself while logging in itself. This is a command to log into your SQL server. You can give the database name here itself, like student. Okay, if I'm trying to log in using the student database, then directly you can pass it here. Okay, then it will ask for the password. It is wrong password. Okay, so if you see whether this database is chosen, then we can try to select database and see whether it is chosen or not. See, I have not used here. After entering into the prompt, I'm not saying use database. Okay, you got it, no? Like directly you can give sudo mysql -u root -p student, whichever the database you wanted to log in directly during the login time itself. That you can specify while in this command. Okay, okay, go understood, right? This one. Are you all there? Please do reply.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, now I will create one more table like a employee. Create a table employee. Okay, in that I will give like emp ID, as an ID as an integer. Okay, and I will say it as not null. Okay, comma, and I will write I will change this and write. Okay, it will be easy for you people to differentiate it. Okay, then I will give his last name as varchar, some 50 characters maybe, and not null. I'll say that also shouldn't be not null, and the f name as varchar. Varchar is a variable character length. Yesterday we saw the difference also. Okay, and this also as a not null, same which is in the PPT I'm giving. I'm an age, I'm giving it as an integer. Okay, nothing I'm saying it. So I will enter it. So the table is created. See, while creation it is showing the execution time. This is the execution time. Okay, just wanted to say it. This is the execution time. So while searching also it will show the execution time. If you are trying to have an index, no, there will be a difference it will show. So no need to worry about index at all. That concept we will cover later on after finishing every basics. Okay, so creation table is created employee with non null ID, L name, F name, and age. Okay, we will see how the table is. Describe the table and see employee. Okay, so employee table. If you can see the changes are now. See, now before it was all null. Yes, right. Now it is saying it shouldn't be null. Okay, null. No, it is saying no, it cannot be null. That means that this column cannot be null. Okay, guys. You can see the difference. So if I try to insert the values into that, insert into, okay, adding the row. Okay, insert into employee table, and values I'm going to give like ID, employee ID as 1001, and a name as last name for the employee. What I can give, tell me, no,
Ma'am.
any name. Yeah.
Like, but in default, it's showing null only. No?
That we haven't changed, no, it.
So that will not, that is, we have to give, then only it will change.
Yes, yes,
Otherwise,
by
when we
yes.
give not null also, it will not change.
No, this is a different Prakash. This not null is this one. It means it talks about the value which we are going to enter into your database. Oh, sorry, tables, into your tables. Wait, no, I will show the example, then you will understand. Okay. See, while you are entering the values, you cannot have a null value. That's what it's saying. It cannot be null. Likewise. 1 minute. I'll show the difference. Okay. I'm just trying to tell me some name, right? I will only write employee names. Okay, some name I'm checking. So I will write it as uh, Smith, last name as a Smith, and afterwards John. Okay, John I will give the first name, and age I will give it as a 20. Okay, not 20. Okay, let it be 20. Okay, so I enter it. It is taking the values. How do I list it? Select star. Star means it's an expression. Okay, I'm saying all the records in my table. You give it. Select star from table name is what, employee. Employee, so it is giving there is only one record added, it is giving that result. Okay, if I try to insert into the table without value John. Okay, without first name cannot be null. No, it is saying without value John, then what it is giving we will do. So it is saying column cannot column count does not match the value count at row. By default also we cannot leave it empty. We can leave it empty. Yesterday we saw Maria. We by default we can leave it empty. Okay. See, it is saying, it is asking. Actually, it is throwing the error. Did you understand the error? The error is saying does not match value. Why? Because there are four fields we are giving, right? But we are giving, there are four columns are there in the table, but we are giving only three columns. That's why it is throwing error. So I have to specify which are the columns I have to give. A employee ID, comma L name, comma F name I'm not giving it, so I'll remove that, and age. Okay. If I do that, enter, it will give, see the error. A field F name does not have a default value. Okay, it means it should, we should give value. Why? Because we said it is not null during the creation. Ayo, during the creation. See, up and down arrow will recall your last command. I think it is not working. Where is that? Yeah, during the creation of the table employee, we have said that F name should not be null. Okay, you have to pass the value to the F name. Okay, by default means if you are not specifying it as a not null, then defaultly what it will take the null, which is in the table. Likewise, it will take. Is this clear, guys? Are you getting confused? Please tell me. This specifies
Ma'am,
the column you have to enter the value. Okay, this not null.
that is, ma'am,
Yeah, yeah.
that is understand, but like already F name will have a default value as null. That is, that column will not change.
That column you have another constraint, Prakash, to change the value in that column. Okay, this is understood, right? That default I will come.
Okay.
This is fine, no? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, fine. Okay, we have, if you don't give any value, then it will throw error. Okay, same thing. See, if you try to create again, it will say again, already created. So, same thing, what I will do insert into employee table. The table fields I will give first, emp id, f name, last name, and I and age. Okay, all four fields I'm giving it. Now you can see the difference actually. That's why I'm writing this. So employee ID I'm going to give 1002, and a name like Scott, and Adams, and first name last name I give, but age I'm not giving. Okay, age I'm not giving. Can you can see that? Okay, so age field I'm not giving, so I will remove that also from here. Did you understand? Age field I am not giving it here. So enter it. It is it is not throwing error. Why? Why? Because age I am not saying that it cannot be not null. Okay, right. But what value age will take? Select
And
null. Yeah. Select star from employee table. Now you can see the default value. Okay. So that default and this one, this null is different. Okay, got it? So yesterday I showed, no, like if insertion you can do like without giving the field names. If you wanted to insert into particular, you can see the uh, notes also. Okay, if you wanted to give a insertion for particular fields, then that particular field you have to specify here after the table name, and the values for the particular field you have to give. Okay, all should suffice the constraints which we give while creating the table. Okay, is this fine? Then I will move on to the next. Okay, not null is fine, right? Then we will see unique value. Okay, same table. I have to, okay, another table I will create. Okay, here only I will create. mm, I thought create a table emp. Okay, emp is the table name. Then I will give ID for the table name as int and not a null. Right, and one name only we will give. Okay, char 30, and I will say that unique. Which one is unique? Unique as ID. Okay, I'll give it like this. Okay, this I will give it as unique, and this will, you can give anything, but I'm just for understanding I'm giving it like this, not a null. Okay, so ID I'm saying it should have an unique value. While creation of the table is created, we can see this type emp table. The table name is emp. Okay, see if you can see something is changed in this. Okay, unique. It is a change in that key values change, but now you don't have to worry. I just showed the table. Now if I try to insert values into that emp table, insert into emp. Okay, then I will insert a id as 1000. This is a different table. Okay, and the name as John. Then again multiple values we can insert, right, in a single insert command itself. Again I'll say id as 1000, and the name as something like Peter. Okay, then I will add one more record with 1002. Okay, not 1002, that we will see later. Okay, so I'm adding two records, two rows with the same id, but I told that id will be unique. Okay, one. What is one? Why one, Maria? Okay, no problem. Okay, insert it. Enter. See, it is throwing error saying you have an error in your syntax. Check the manual what you have done it. Okay, some right syntax. No, error in my syntax. Sorry, syntax is error because I forgot values. That is not that error. See, now it is showing duplicate entry for the key employee dot id. Okay, so it will not, since we made a id as unique, it will throw this as the error. Okay, guys. So if I change the insert for Peter to 1001, then it will accept it. Okay, I can check it. Select star from table M. It is having 1001. Okay, if I try again to insert with 1001 and some other value, then all it will throw error as John 1. Okay, it is saying duplicate entry. Already the table is having an entry. Is this fine? Unique? Okay, then I will move on. We'll try to add a primary key to a table. Okay, I will create a new table only. Today I will create new and will show. Create a table. Table name what we can give like class. Okay, and I will give it as uh, classroom number. Okay, classroom number like that. It is as an int, and I will also give. I'm not giving any constraint. Class name. Okay, class name as varchar 20. Okay, I created a table with no, I have to create a table with a primary key, and the number I will consider it as a, I will give it as class number only. Okay, class number. Class number I will say it is a primary key, comma primary key. How you have to define primary key? I'll write it like this. Of this, not ID, it is class number. Which field I'm going to give it as a primary key? It is the class number. I'm creating a table class, and class number integer, and primary key is the class number. Okay, I enter it. See, it is created. You what change? No other constraint I have given in this table. Okay, guys, I have only given the constraint like class number is going to be the primary key. Let's see how the table describe the table and see how it is reflected. Okay, see, it is that class number is the primary key. What is the condition for the primary key? Primary key will be not null and it will be unique. Okay, so whatever the value which you are going to enter, it will be not null. By itself it changed, though I did not give class number int not null here. Okay, for while creating the table I did not give the class number as not null, but since it is a primary key, it is going to satisfy two conditions, right? It will be not null and unique, so it is changing the null value to no. So class number you should give a value, and it should be unique value also. So if I insert values, insert into table class values, and if I don't give any values for class number, it will throw error. Wait, I will do likewise, like a class name only. If I try to insert values, and values as class name data science. Can you understand this query? This insertion, I'm going to insert into the table class. Okay, for which field class name? I'm not going to enter for class number. So what it will do? It will throw some errors there in this query. There should not be space between class and class name. Okay, still it is there. Column used, colon used. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. See, it is saying the errors field class number does not have a default value. It means you have to give some values to that. Okay, so it will throw error. Otherwise, you can directly insert class number also. If you give any value, unique value, it will suffice. Okay, it's class number as one something, some integer value. Then it will accept it. One row is created. Select star from class. Okay, is this okay? This primary key. Okay, I will create a one with a foreign key. Okay, we have a, yeah, it's not confusing, right? But we have to practice it, guys, then only it will not confuse. Okay, primary key, then it we will, if you find the error, then you will completely understand like why it is giving the error. Okay, so now we will have two tables. In that table, one we will make it as a primary key and another will as a foreign key. So same like create table, I will have a person table, same like in our PPT. In that I will have a ID. Okay, ID as an integer, and L name as a varchar some 10, F name varchar of 20. Okay, and age int, and I will say the primary key of this table. Primary key of this table is ID. Okay, no other constraints I'm giving. Maybe first name he has to give, I can say as not null. Okay, this is how I'm creating a table for the person ID, everything with the primary key as the ID. Okay, ID column will be the primary key here. Okay, enter it. Person already exists. It is saying that table is already existing, so I will give it as persons table. Okay, so if you see how the table is, uh, I will describe and show. Describe persons. Okay, so the ID is the primary key. See, key itself it is changing. ID is the primary key. PRI it came, and it should not be null. And we also gave the first name is not null. So that's why it is changed. Okay, but this or all you don't have to see every time. For your understanding purpose, I am showing it, describing the table and showing it. Okay, guys. Okay, now I will create another table where I'll make this ID primary key as a foreign key in that table. Okay, create table orders. In that I will have an order ID. Okay, int, and order number as also int, and a person ID which is the foreign key. It is going to act as a foreign key. Okay, 1 minute, there is a mistake here. Okay, this is going to be the foreign key. Okay, there is a mistake in the PPT, I'll change that. Okay, int, comma, primary key, it will only have a foreign key. Okay, foreign key, FOREIGN key as person ID. This, 1 minute, person ID, and this is a referencing REFERENCES. Okay, capital I will write so that it will be easy. References. This references which table? Persons table ID. Okay, ID is persons table ID is this one. Okay, this is how you have to create a foreign key. See, if you are working in MySQL Workbench, you don't have to learn this command at all, because MySQL Workbench has the facility that you can make anything as just by a click. It will say foreign key, but internally how it is created, you don't have to understand at all. That's why we will work on in a terminal, so that you will know what are the commands. Okay, so that's why we are working in this. It will be easy in that, but it will but commands you should know it. Okay, does unique defaultly access, not null and unique together will defaultly act as primary, not null and unique equal to primary key. Okay, Okay, Vichandra. Okay, fine. Then create table orders. I've created a order table. I have all the fields and I'm making this person ID, the new field, as a foreign key, which is referencing the ID of primary key of the persons table. Okay, this is clear, right? I'll enter this failed to reference table persons. It is throwing error because it is P small, I think. Name of the table is wrong. So it has created the table and with the foreign referencing persons table. Let's see how it looks like in your orders table. Okay, so it is like, see, the primary key, sorry, foreign key. This is order table description, right? The person ID is the foreign key, that it is represented by the mul. Okay, I don't know what is this mul, but foreign key, if you give any field means any column as a foreign key, that it will be representing in your description like mul. For the primary key it is like that, like this. Okay. Okay, guys, see, primary key means value should not be null and it should be unique. Whereas foreign key means there can be multiple value need not be unique and need not be can be null also. Okay. Okay, that you don't confuse now with an exercise. Tomorrow I will show that. Okay, till now it is fine. Foreign key creation and linking on all we will see it tomorrow. Okay, today only constraints. Okay, check, we will see how do I apply any expressions or any conditions, like if conditions we say, no, like if age equal to this, don't allow. Likewise, that is possible in the SQL query also. So I'll create a table, persons. See, it is possible to modify the existing tables, okay, like using alter commands. Self reference, I did not understand self reference. Question, I did not understand. Self reference means, can you repeat the question elaborately or type elaborately? I did not understand your question. Ravichandra, self reference, I did not understand. Okay, we'll do one in person. So what I was telling is, it is possible to change the existing field, like age itself. You can check the condition in a person table itself. But now I have not told about the alter command, that I'm not doing it. So I will create a table only and show. Okay, so I will give a one other table person one. In that we can have a id as a int, and not a null, and I will also have an age for him and it as an integer, and we can be not null too. Okay, and I will give the constraint for them for the age, like check if the age is greater than or equal to 18. Okay, only if it is greater than or equal to 18 it will allow you to add the value. Okay, so this is the how we can do that. This is the constraint I'm giving. Enter it. Row is created, table is created. So this you cannot check it in your description. Okay, it will not give anything. Maybe you can see in your table description, person one. It, see, if you don't give semicolon, right, it will not start execution. Okay, so you have to, it will keep asking likewise. Okay, so if you give semicolon, then only it will execute your command. There is no change. If you are giving a check constraint and all, here there it will not show in, it will not tell you in the description table. That's what. Okay, that's why I told showed. Is primary key can be foreign key for same table? Primary key, what's the use of that? I don't think so. Primary key, foreign key of the same table. See, foreign key idea itself is to relate between two tables, right? uh, I told, no, like if you're trying to retrieve, no, then both the tables value will come. So You can try it. I have not tried. Subrata Roy sir says it's not possible. It is not. It will throw error, I think. Why? Because they in the while creating foreign key, no, you give the references. Maybe in the references, if you give the uh, okay, I will try it. No problem. I'll create another table orders one. Okay, in the references also I will give primary key as order ID. Okay, primary key as order ID, comma foreign key. Person ID is the foreign key and references the table orders one. The same table. Okay, that's what your question is. The same table orders one. Right. Okay, some error, syntax error. It is showing. Okay, two times I've given this control L. Okay, enter. Still, it is syntax error. Can you see any syntax error? Order ID, primary key. Order ID is a primary key. Foreign key, person ID. References, orders one. Okay, I got it. The error is this. I gave it in a wrong way. Table name, orders one, and order ID. I think it is very confusing. It's okay, we can check it. Again, syntax error. Orders order ID. Syntax error is saying right side, some syntax error. Foreign key, this as a. No, it will not work, I think. Okay, 1 minute. See, this I will give order ID. No, it will not work. Or I should have it like this. Primary key and foreign key are the same. Order ID. It is showing syntax error. You can try it. It means primary key. This is the primary key, and you are saying this as the foreign key, and it is referencing this table. Or if you can give, you can see what changes I'm trying to make. Ravi Chandra, you can try it. If it works, please let me know. It won't work, I think. Or one thing is like ID int ID. But there is some syntax error in my code. If you have your laptop or machine open, you can check it. Anybody can check this one and see primary key I'm giving order ID of this table and foreign key as the ID, okay, which is referencing the same table order ID, orders one, okay, and it has a primary key referencing is ORDER ID. It must be primary key in the reference table. When you refer, it means in that table, it must be primary key in the referred table. I did not understand, sir. Just a moment. Sir, I did not understand what you're trying to say. Maybe I will try this and get back about this, but I don't think it will work because we have given the query properly here. Okay, this is the primary key. I have made it. And this is a foreign key, which is referencing the same table, but it is throwing syntax error. We'll check it. Okay. Is it okay? We'll move on, no? Right? And whatever I missed to say, I mean, I will check it and say later. Please remind me if I don't remember it. Okay, please. Otherwise I will forget it. If I forget also, please remind me. In reference table, it is primary key from the table, and it is being referred in foreign key. Yes, sir, that's right. See, he's saying like in the same table only we can do it. I don't know, I have not tried it, sir. Ravichandra, you try and let me know. Okay, or I will try and let you know tomorrow. Okay, we will move on to creating an index. Okay, creation of index, we cannot see it, but I'll just show it. Okay. Okay, before that we will go for auto increment index. We will do it later. So and I'll do create a table. uh, I will give it t name, new table. Control L, clear all this. In that I will have some IDs, and I will say this as a not null, or I will just say auto increment. Okay, auto increment, comma, and something else like a name, where care of 20. That's all enough. Creating a table t name with the id, and it is going to have an auto incremented value. Okay, enter it. I think this is a wrong way to write auto increment. Okay, auto underscore increment, sorry. Auto underscore increment. There can be only one auto column, and it must be defined as a key. What they are saying is it should be a non-null value. They are saying it. See, it is throwing error saying incorrect table definition. There can be only one auto column, and it must be defined as a key. What they are saying is they want to give this ID as a not null. Okay, that's why it is giving error. Then also it is giving error. Okay, I think it should be defined as a primary key. Primary key of ID. And I will remove not null here. Comma, I missed. So the query is this: create table name ID int, and the error it showed is that key, whichever we are giving it as an auto increment, should be a key, it is saying. That's why I'm giving it like this. Often this. Okay, it is giving. It is not giving error. Okay, I'll share the slide because there is one information which I didn't say. The slide says often this is a primary key. Okay, auto increment allows a unique number to be generated automatically when a new record is inserted. Okay, often this is the primary key field that we would like to create automatically every time a new record is inserted. That's why when you are not giving it as a primary key, it was throwing error. So all the primary keys, if you are trying to keep any key, then if you give that key as an auto increment, then it will work. Okay, that's why it is not a giving it is giving error. So that's I shared the screen. Okay, now it is created. So select then what I will do, I will describe this and show you. So it is a primary key, so it is not null, and it is a primary one, it's stored. And in the extra it is saying it will do an auto increment. Okay, see these things description. If I have created a table, if somebody else like Prakash is going to see how the table looks like, how you can insert the values into it, describe can be very useful for him. Okay, so it is going to take an auto increment value. So now I will insert values, insert into table. table t name, and I will insert the values like okay, I don't insert the value for id. Okay, I will give only name as John. And let's see, since adding only one value, I have to say which one I'm adding. Okay, name field I'm adding and the values. Okay, so see, now it is not throwing any error. You understand why? Because auto increment will automatically give the value for John. Otherwise, if you don't have auto increment and if you make this as id as a primary key, it will ask you to enter the unique value for that. So I will select star from table is t name. So it has automatically taken the value for the John record. That is the first row, it has taken the value. Okay, likewise, you can keep adding more values uh, into the table. Like I will also add Peter, I can also add Mary. These are all varchar, so I have to give it in quotes. I will also add my name. Okay, I will close this properly. John. Again, John will get added. So four rows are added. We will select this and see it. See, auto incremented like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everything is done. Okay. Is this okay? So if you wanted to set the auto increment to another value, then what we have to do is we can, I mean, rather than setting it from 1 to 3, if you wanted to change it, then what you can do, alter table, table name is a t name, then auto increment equal to, say I start from 100. Sorry, I am not sharing this one, I think. Now visible, right? Auto increment as 100, I set it. So for the table t name auto increment, I have set it as 100. It means id only is auto incremented, right? Now if we try to insert the same set of values, okay, same set I'm inserting it. Now let's see how the table is reflected. Okay, name. See, it started the to set the value from 100 for another set of values. Okay, so they may ask you this question in the interview, okay, regarding the constraints of the auto increment. If you wanted to reset the value, set the values for the auto increment, how it will change it. Okay, no, this is not a correct question I'm asking. The correct question is, uh, if you want to start the auto increment value from something else, then you can use this command. Is it possible? Likewise, if you wanted to set it from 100 or something like 50, then how, from where it will start? It will start from the 50. Okay. Alter command is to change the definition of your table. Any constraints will. Without alter command, how you can do? No. Alter command is for that only. Okay, if you want to add a new column or you want to change the name of the column like L name to LAST, L name to name. So those things you can do using the alter command. Okay, here we are changing the auto increment to start point from 100. That's why we are using this command. And mm, can we give the value when we create itself? I'm not sure it will. I have not tried that. Okay, we'll try that. No, I'm not tried it. Create a table. Arul Raja is asking like when we create a table itself, can we give the auto increment value? Set the auto increment value. Okay, int auto underscore increment. It's possible, I think, equal to say 5. I will give. Okay, and this as a primary key, like id is the primary key. For any keys only auto increments works. So id as the data type int, auto increment as 5 I'm giving, and it should be ended with a semicolon. Okay, after primary key. Syntax error it is showing. Create table, because alter command is like we will set it during this one. Okay, equal to 100, but it is not allowing. Okay, so there is some syntax error then. Create table, table name. Okay, auto increment spelling is wrong. Increment equal to 6. Again syntax. No, you cannot give it during the creation time. So it is throwing error. Equal to 8 for another table. It won't work, Arul. It is error. Okay, set it like this. No, it is not taking it. Only you can alter it later on. Okay. Okay, then next one is default. Okay, so that default we have seen. No? So I'll create one more table as t name one. Create a table t name one. In that we will try to set the ID, uh, comma name, comma age. Okay, no, none type I have given, none of the type I have given. ID as int, name as where care or care 10, and city as where care of 100 characters or 50 characters. Okay, so for city, I say we'll have a default value FAULT as Chennai. Okay, so I've created a table and I'm going to give a default value for the city as Chennai. Okay, I enter this, the table is created. So if I try to insert the values for that, insert into t name one, inside that ID as one. Auto increment I didn't give, so I have to give ID value or anything, it's fine. And name as my name. Okay, and city I'm not giving. Since I am giving two fields, it will ask me to specify which are the fields. So ID I will give and the name I'm giving. Okay, values. Values are one and my name. And I will also add two more. Okay, I will add like two comma Arul. Okay, and comma three comma Amlan. Okay, comma four comma Peter. Something I will add. Fine. So all the four records I'm adding, four rows I'm adding, enter. It is added. Let's see how it is getting. Select star from table name is t name one. Okay. So see the default value. I've not given any value for for the what is that for the city. It is taking the value as Chennai. Okay, guys. So I will stop it here because it's going to be 1 o'clock. We will see the remaining constraint which are missed out, like set, null, cascade, and we will also work on like retrieving data using primary and foreign keys. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, two things. This I will show. This is like okay. We have created so many tables. We'll see how many tables we have created today. Tables, show tables. These many we have created. Say for example I want to remove temp. Okay, so the command is not delete. Okay, delete a table is not delete command, it is a drop command. Drop table, table name temp, I am removing it. Okay, enter. It is successful query. Then I will show table again and see show tables. Okay, so that table itself is not there in the database. Okay, student database, that what table, temp table is not present at all. Okay, there is a truncate. What truncate will do? Anyone wants to say? I told you. Do you recollect truncate what it will say? Okay, sir. Truncate, what it will do? Quickly. Yeah, written description. Written description means, see that it is removed from the table itself, right? I'll try to truncate a table like sample. Okay, enter it. It truncated, but truncate means it will only remove the records. I show the table, but the table sample is present here. See, you select star from sample. We'll see if there it contains any record. Empty set. It is not containing any records. You can have see the description of the table. Description. It means the structure of the table is retained. Okay, see, it has only one field ID and this one. Okay, what is the use of the truncate then? Anyone? Why do we have to retain the structure? Delete, we know it will delete, so no use of that completely. If you want to delete, you will delete. About the truncate. Any idea? I mean, of course, you will understand, right? Why we have to keep the structure later on. Yeah, reuse. Yes, if we want to have the structure and if we want to fill data, different data into that or use it by somebody else, no need to create it, right? It is very small tables we are creating. They'll be having lots and lots of fields. And so big databases are there. Like if you can imagine the banking databases, customer databases, how much information you have. Your registration information itself, we have so much. L- How much data we are taking from you, right? Father name, occupation, your complete details, right? That itself having so many fields. In case metadata is needed, we can use. No, not metadata. Metadata structure only. No, metadata is like a data about data, right? Because we are not storing any data here in the truncate. I'm not very I'm not very sure that we can say metadata is preserved. You can say like the structure is preserved so that you don't have to create a table with all the fields. Even it is an overhead, okay? Even if you are creating the table in MySQL Workbench, it is an overhead, like so many field names you have to specify and all. So if this is preserved, then you can use it. Only records, it's based on the necessity. You don't want to, you want to say for Nilet has started so long before, they wanted to remove the datas in 90s or in 80s, they can remove it, but structure they can retain it, and that structure they can keep adding the new data likewise. Okay. Okay, and guys, please do MySQL exercises. Okay, why, Hadoop HBase works on MySQL only. Okay, completely you will write MySQL commands in HBase when you start a Hadoop HBase. So it is like a two-in-one purpose. One you know my here MySQL, there you will write the MySQL queries only when you are working on HBase. So nicely learn, and it is everywhere it is asked here. Job description JD, if you see, if you're going in this any of the fields, they will surely ask MySQL. Okay, any database, one of the databases, I see many like MySQL is there. So learn it nicely. Go beyond the basics also. Anyway, we have started basics, we'll go further. Okay, thank you all. And guys, today afternoon, I'm thinking of giving an introductory section on Hadoop. Okay. And tomorrow actually I'm on leave, that's why what I will do is single node installation will be is there. So I have these steps. Okay, I will put the steps, I will upload the steps, PPT steps are there, that I will upload it. It is easy only. You try to do it tomorrow. I think one session you may not be having it. Vignesh sir will connect, and you try to follow the steps. Single node cluster, everything I will tell in the in the afternoon. You try to do it. If a problem comes, anyway on Monday I will again show you how to do it and all, because I will also install in my machine and show. So today afternoon, surely please don't go. Okay, maybe after a break, after Python class, we will have an introductory section on Hadoop. I have to start it. Okay guys, my virtual box is not running. Can I delete and reinstall? Do you have any data in that? My clips will be there, no? Why it is not running, Amalan? What is the problem it is showing? Some codes showing and not going forward. If you can connect it, you can connect it and show. Which what is there in that? You have any data in that test results? Is there? Okay, actually that you can take a backup. Oh, okay. You could not log in into your machine itself, right? Madam, Java practice test results. Oh, okay. Sorry, I will give sir today. Today I will upload it. Yes, ma'am, can't log in. Okay, if you can show your mission, you can show. Do you have data in that data, like the exercises in that? Okay, then no problem. You can delete and recreate, create another one. Okay. Otherwise, try to show me, what is the problem you are facing. Then we will see it. Okay, maybe some space usage it is taken. Likewise, if it is there, we can resize it. You can show it to Vignesh sir also if possible in the afternoon. Okay.